So we've minimized or actually closed the Amazon worksheet that we downloaded from Amazon, and now we're just working with the one that we're going to use to upload into our QuickBooks. I went ahead and filled in some information that you should be able to do by now with our last lesson: the quantity on hand, the cost, your preferred vendor, the referral, the pick and pack, and the inbound shipping. Once you have all of those filled in, we'll go over and take out columns active status, because it's going to already be in our area where we're working, and type. Then we'll make this where we can look at it like we did on our other worksheet earlier. We'll move over to QuickBooks and go to List, Add and Edit. Show you that again. Lists, add or edit multiple list entries, and the instructions are across the top. So you're going to select a list. So here, the list. We're going to select inventory parts, customize the columns to display. Now, it's a little quirky. You can only do 15 columns. So let's look at what columns we have. So customize your columns. We'll go to customize, and let's see which ones we have. Item name, purchase description, sales description, cost, sales price, cost of sales account, preferred vendor, income account, asset account, quantity on hand, ASIN, referral, pick and pack, inbound shipping, seller SKU, and then it's got this sales tax code. So we'll see if it makes us put in the sales tax code or if it's going to drop off one of our other needed ones. Okay, so we'll go okay. Let me just say this: if you have need of these that are in the available column, you would highlight it and hit add. If you didn't need everything that's in the chosen column, you highlight it and hit remove. Okay, so now we're going to basically map this with our Excel sheet we had. So item name, item name. So we're going to start here. We're just going to drag down and copy, and we're just going to come over here and paste. Okay, and then we'll go back to our sheet, and we're going to pick the purchase description, which is the same exact thing, because remember we used the same thing. If you did, all you do is right click and paste, and then under sales description, right click and paste. Super simple. Okay, so now we'll go back to our sheet we're working with, and the next item on the list was cost. So we'll move over till we find cost and make sure we're scrolled to the top, and here's the cost. And we'll just drag down and copy. Okay, we'll go back over here to cost, go all the way to the top. We'll make sure we get in the right place, and we want to paste. See what's on our next one. Sales price. So we'll go over here and find price. We're at the top, so we'll drag down, copy. We'll come here, and I hesitated for just a second when we were looking at that, and the reason is because these are red. What we need to do is to take out that third decimal. Okay, when you're actually putting in your invoices, it will let you put in a decimal, a three figure decimal, because sometimes you get these funny prices that just won't go in when you're putting them in. So just for the simplicity's sake here, I'm going to take these out. They're probably just trying to tell me I'm splitting hairs here or something, but we're going to take them out and just make sure that we don't have any issues. Another way to have done that, and some of you who use Excel all the time is probably jumping up and down. They could just do this, and that would be if you went to Excel and you went over to your cost column and drag down and right click, and then you can go down here where it says format cells, Okay, we'll go here and say it's currency, because this is telling you what's in those categories. We're going to take out the dollar sign, and we have 2 decimal points. Okay, so now it changed them all. So while we're here, we'll go ahead and do that on these other items. Okay, so we'll just take that symbol out. Okay, and then on the price, anything that's got dollar amounts, you may just want to go ahead and do, and that way you won't have anything pop up on your screen. And then this one's probably not going to matter because it knows it's 50 cents, but we'll stick a 0 in there by saying currency, none. Okay, so now they're all in. Let's go back to what we were doing. We were on sales price. Okay, so now we'll go over and see what our cost of sale account is. So here it's just showing cost of sale, and it's just a random account in there. So we're going to pick our account, and we'll go back over here and cost of sales account, and we'll just copy, because yours could be different. This is FBA, but you could have your website or something else in there. But go here and choose inventory asset, and again, these could be different. They may not all be Amazon FBA, and so we'll go over here, because you may do the same thing I just did and get the wrong count. So let's show you how to fix it. Just copy the right stuff and go over to the paste. So now all of them say merchandise. Okay, so those are done. Now if we're going to do our preferred vendor for simplicity, and so I'll go here, copy and paste, and then quantity on hand. I want to be careful when I do this one that I don't get on the sample item. So quantity on hand. See, let's put all those in. We're going to have ASIN. And you can start from the top or the bottom as far as the copy and paste portion of it goes. That's not going to matter. So you saw what I just did there. So pick and pack. It's on the top line. So we'll scroll down to our bottom line. Copy. Okay, inbound shipping. Yeah, it's making us use, that must be a required field. Okay, so now we have everything in, all the columns are filled, and we'll just make it bigger so we can kind of look at it and enjoy our work. Okay, let's make sure we got something all the way to the bottom, because sometimes that can get squirrely. And it looks like somehow we got off the line here, so let me go back and just look at that and see, because you might do the same thing, and if you do, then it would help to know how it got off, because I needed to go all the way to the top, and you see I didn't. So my other columns are right, but these column, the first ones that we did, that's got off. I must not have scrolled all the way up. Come over, and we're just gonna go right here and paste. So now we have the Frost King starting right. Paste and paste. So everything else should be right. We can check to make sure we have the right number to start with. So our first line should be, okay. And so everything else should be right. So now we're going to do Save Changes. Hold your breath, cross your fingers, Save in Records. And one thing did not work. So 22 inventory items have been saved. One inventory had an error. So let's see what that error was. Oh, okay. So the reason it's telling me this is because I shortened this name. Come in here and change this to yellow. Okay, so now I'm going to save that one in one inventory, so that fixed that one. Now, did the save changes, so let's close. And now let's go over to our item list and see if we have some inventory. Look at there. Yay, we have inventory. And you see that it has all the inventory item names. The descriptions match. We can go in here and delete this sample item now. So we're just going to right click on the item and delete. And it's gone. Now we can see our other items here, our inventory counts, our prices we put in. It looks good.